Please welcome our class officer, Leslie Velos, who will lead us as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mr. Byron Hopkins, the proud administrative principal of Thomas W. Harvey High School. It is my honor to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the Thomas W. Harvey High School class of 2025 and the 157th commencement of Painesville City Local Schools. Let me begin by recognizing and thanking our district leadership, Superintendent Dr. Joshua Englehart, Assistant Superintendent Mr. Michael Chosky, Board President Ms. Kathleen Powers-Doney, Board Vice President Dr. Francis Webb, and Board members Ms. Dorothy Jennings, Ms. Jessica Sams, and Mr. Antonio Marinelli. We appreciate your continued dedication and support of our scholars. I also want to extend my sincere gratitude to the faculty, staff, and scholars leaders who have worked tirelessly to ensure that this ceremony is not only possible, but meaningful, memorable, and safe. And of course, thank you to our scholars, who will walk across the stage with dignity and pride. Many of you will be celebrated with decorated motherboards, honor cords, academic sashes, and stoles, symbols of the incredible work and commitment you have shown. To the class of 2025, you hold a special place in my heart. 4 years ago, we began this journey together. It was my first year at Harvey, just as it was your first year of high school. I've watched you grow into young adults with resilience, passion, and purpose. I'm honored to have been your principal throughout this remarkable time. As you move forward as Harvey alumni, I encourage you to carry with you the experience that shaped you here, whether in the classroom, on the stage, in athletic competition, through music, or in the countless interactions in our hallways and clubs. Use those memories and lessons to guide you as you make a difference in your own life and in the lives of others. This class is also a shining example of academic excellence. Together, you have been awarded more than $418,390 in grants and scholarships. That is a testament to your hard work and to the support of your families, educators, and this community. Class of 2025, I am so proud of you. I have every confidence that you will continue to make a meaningful impact on your families, your communities, our country, and the world. Before we move forward, a brief reminder, this is a dignified ceremony of achievement. We respectfully ask that you hold applause until every graduate's name has been read, so that each scholar may hear their name clearly and without interruption. Now, scholars, I'm going to have you sit for a moment because we're about to recognize you. Now, let's give the class of 2025 the enthusiasm. Come on, folks, that was only about 20 seconds of celebration. We got to give it up a little bit longer than that. Let's give it up.
evening, everyone. My name is Leslie Veloz, and it is a great honor to welcome you to the 157th commencement ceremony of Thomas W. Harvey High School. First, I would like to warmly welcome and congratulate the class of 2025. We did it. We used to believe that this day would never come, but now we claim that it has arrived way too quickly. What once felt like a distant dream is now a reality. Tonight, we celebrate not just a milestone, but the journey that brought us here. I would also like to extend a heartfelt welcome to our families, friends, teachers, and administrators. On behalf of the senior class, thank you. Thank you for your unwavering support, for believing in us, and for recognizing that our achievements are worth celebrating. Your encouragement helped us reach this moment, and for that, we are forever grateful. Tonight, we come together to mark the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Some of us will enter the workforce, some will serve in the military, and others will continue their education. Wherever life takes you, remember the words of our senior quote: "The future is yours to create, make it a masterpiece." As a class, we've come to understand how fortunate we are to have choices and opportunities. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, those who made sacrifices so that we could dare to dream and succeed. Let us honor their legacy by making the most of what lies ahead. And finally, let's take a moment to remember those who couldn't be with us today. Their spirit and presence remains in our hearts. As we step forward into the unknown, let us carry with us the courage to dream, the strength to persevere, and the heart to lead with kindness. Congratulations, class of 2025. Our masterpiece begins.
We will now have valedictorian speeches by Angel Yandiel Santiago Maldonado. And following Angel will be Edson Xavier Pacheco.
Happiness and sorrow, change and stagnation, love and hatred. These are experiences we all faced over these last 4 years. All of it was impactful, some of it was thrilling, but none of it was easy. These trials and tribulations you've endured inside and outside the classroom were immense. Yet here you all are right before me, getting ready to conclude this chapter of your life and begin a new one that shall prove infinitely more exciting. I'm incredibly proud of you, the class of 2025, and I extend my most profound congratulations. I want to take the time to thank every one of you who helped make high school the thriller it was. I give thanks to all of my teachers and counselors who shed blood, sweat, and tears to ensure my success in realizing my fullest potential. I give thanks to my amazing friends and family whose unconditional love I'd be truly lost without. Most of all, I give thanks to each and every person sitting in front of me. For through my time with you all, I understood what friendship meant, what heartbreak felt like, and most importantly, how powerful love can be. Each person present has something that allows them to persist through the turbulent road that is life. Without it, they could never garner the strength and bravery necessary to become a better version of themselves. As such, I want you to take the time to think about this question. What keeps you moving forward? Many of you likely thought about your friends, family, or an interest or hobby you dedicate yourself to. A common theme in these answers is a deep-seated love that could not possibly waver to anything or anyone. Love is the most powerful force that we can hold in our hearts. It lies at the core of every relationship and every interaction, and invokes indescribable joy even during times of strife. It is essential for you to keep people around you who care about you on levels you can't fathom, who care enough to hold you accountable when you're not working hard, and who would fight and die for you any day of the week. Many of us already have these people in our lives, and others will soon. What's important to remember is that these people's love will keep you moving forward to the ends of the earth and build a life you will never regret living. In most valedictorian speeches, people like to top off what they say with a quote from a famous person in history, but I'd like to entertain you with a quote of my own. Humanity may boast guns, swords, guns, takes, and bombs, but in the end, its most powerful possession is love. Before you move onward from high school, please take the time to look at those around you. Remember everything you've gone through with them. Recall every time you laughed together and cried together. Recall each time you shared victory and shared defeat. The duality of emotions you experienced together is what made life so beautiful, and they're what made high school beautiful too. Cherish these memories, for when you venture down the vast road of adult life, you shall remember that you will never endure it alone. Lead the rest of your lives full of love, and watch how amazing it ends up being. Congratulations on conquering high school, and good luck with changing the world.
Good afternoon. My name is Edson Xavier Pacheco, and today I'm to give you a speech that will send you off to many corners of our lovely world. Before the main portion of my speech, I want to thank God for the strength He gave me across my journey to this point. I also want to thank my parents, my lovely parents, Eloy Pacheco Rodriguez and Maria Camarillo, for their part in making me who I am today. Gracias. Muchas gracias. I want to thank my sister, Rosa, and my brother, Eloy, for never letting me forget who I am. I want to thank my sisters, Lucy and Maria, for being my rock during hard times. I want to thank my friends, because without them, I'd have no reason to strive for anything. I want to thank my teachers and my coaches, because without them, I truly am nothing. To my counselors and personal trainers, thank you for guiding me through the uncertainties of graduation and helping me be an athlete. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my nephew, Rodrigo Flores, who's been here every step of the way. Now, where was I? Right, graduation. Whether you will remain here in Painesville or go on study missions across different continents, you will have to give your last goodbyes to the high school life you are so used to. As a student athlete here at Thomas W. Harvey High School, I've accomplished a lot, and I can sit here and talk about it all day long. But I will not. The word valedictorian comes from Latin phrase, valedicere, and it means to say farewell. But what I realized while writing this speech is that if you move a couple words around, it means something else in Spanish. It's worth saying, vale decir. For my farewell speech, I want to tell you something I truly do not want you to forget. I know it won't be the last thing you'll hear, but I believe que se vale decir, at least once. During this speech, I'm going to focus on the struggles. I'm going to talk about the bad. Why? Because I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I'm here to tell you what stands beyond the point of error. But first, I will talk about what points of error are. What is failure? What is a mistake? Failure is embarrassment. It's shame. It's a sunken heart and the feeling that you won't be able to recover. I first started playing baseball my 7th grade year. I was terrible. I couldn't throw, catch, kick, run. I didn't even have my contacts yet, so I couldn't see either. Every day, I hated coming home and confessing to my parents that I hadn't done a single thing right. As the practices got repetitive and my small improvements plateaued, my mood finally collapsed. One day, I got home and walked straight to my room. I fell to the ground and cried into the cold floor. So much failure, so much pain, so much disappointment, and that's all I felt at that moment. But my mouth said something different. I want this, I told myself. I want this so bad. I've never wanted anything more in my life. The tears kept coming, but the words got louder. My fingers curled into fists, and I gritted my teeth until I felt like they dig into my jaw. I wasn't going to let this shame eat me alive. I'm not here to tell you that the shame doesn't hurt, nor that you'll forget about it. I'm here to tell you something better. I've tasted the grass, the dirt, the concrete, and the salmon tiles that were the floor of my 8th grade bedroom. But nothing tastes better than the breeze on your chest when you're chasing your dreams. I say ignore the bruises, scratches, and the scars. Thank the blood you've lost and step on it, because the one fueling you is the one coursing through your veins. And the open wounds, you won't feel those. You'll be too busy smiling. My point, you will fall down. Everyone eventually trips up. And when that moment comes, I want you to stand right back up. Nothing happens on the ground other than anthills, and we're concerned about the Mount Everest. What I want this speech to instill to you is pride for being human. I want you to always remember, you are a product of everything you've ever done. There is no factory where we come from, there are no returns, and there are no far-fetched dreams. Have no shame in reaching for the stars because your predecessors pierced our sky and touched the moon. People thought the Wright brothers were crazy. We should show them what we're going for. Getting up is the best thing you will ever choose to do. Once again, thank you, and the best of luck to you all.
At this time, I would like to recognize this year's valedictorians. This year's valedictorians will be recognized in order of rank. Please come up.
Edson Xavier Pacheco. Ángel Yandiel Santiago Maldonado. Saúl Pacheco Lázaro. Omar Soto Hernández. Verónica Pacheco García.
Can we give another round of applause for this year's valedictorians for the class of 2025? And now I would like to introduce our class representative, Janelle Montgomery, to present the senior class gift.
The class of 2025 would like to present Harvey High School with a mural of handprints from every graduating senior, symbolizing the lasting impact we had on Harvey High School. Once again, class of 2025, we finally made it. Congratulations.
Please welcome Superintendent Dr. Engelhardt, who will now address the class of 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Hopkins. Welcome. On behalf of Paynesville City Local Schools, I extend sincere gratitude to the families and extended support systems represented here who have assisted this fine group of young people in many important ways to get to this point today. It is with immense pride We celebrate the accomplishments, talents, and potential of the class of 2025. Now, we acknowledge that there's always an element of uncertainty when matriculating from high school to what lies beyond. For some of you, this may manifest itself in the form of a fear. But to the extent that the darkness of fear is cast upon you, I'm going to invite you to shine a bright light upon it. Fear closes and locks doors. Fear is a heavy weight slung around our necks. Fear impedes, segregates, and isolates. The last thing that we need in our world is more fear. Now, understand that our fears have evolved over millennia alongside the evolution of society. Fear is a primal instinct embedded within our species since the very beginning, and it is the fear of immediate dangers that served to keep our most distant ancestors alive. Today, while our fear still serves the same function of self-preservation, and while we still encounter real threats that our fear instructs us to avoid, the subject of our fear is seldomly a material, tangible, immediate danger. Rather, we so often find ourselves preoccupied with things like fear of failure, fear of not being accepted. We become consumed by fears about things that we're told which may or may not even be real. In short, so much of the fear that we feel is constructed within our own minds. But this fear still produces within us an instinctual reaction to fight, flee, or freeze. It can still be extremely disruptive to our lives. This is a fear that slithers, stalks, and very often deceives, intruding without forewarning. We cannot thrive if we grant it privilege to trespass. But there is a remedy. The remedy is to compel it out from the shadows and to illuminate it, to understand how it works and to recognize it when it attempts to invade. There's wisdom across the ages that points us to why we must engage in this pursuit. For example, a Turkish proverb reads, "Fear does not empty tomorrow of its sadness. It empties today of its power." A Spanish proverb teaches, "To live in fear is a life half lived." The lesson here is that while you are fearing, you're not growing, experiencing, and realizing your potential. This time lost, which could be dedicated to enjoying your life and thriving. Consider this. Research has shown that over a quarter of all waking thoughts are consumed by worrying. That is so much time. And time in worry and fear is passive, it's not active. Every moment spent in fear and worry is time lost progressing and enjoying life. Elsewhere, a German proverb tells us that fear makes the wolf bigger than he is. And a Japanese proverb says that fear is only as deep as the mind allows. The lesson here, when evaluating fear unseen and unquantified, you are most likely overestimating. We can all likely point to times in our lives when we feared something only to find that when actually encountering it, wasn't really that bad at all. Research has found that over 90% of fears never come true. As common as this experience of falsely magnified fear is, we're still so often deceived by it. Fear we construct in our minds almost never matches reality. So if we know that fear freezes us in place while cutting us off from the enjoyment of life, we know that the vast majority of the time our fears are way overblown. How do we go about reclaiming the power that we surrendered? I offer that whenever we feel the lurk of fear connected to a source unseen, that we cast aside the feeling and hold up the source for careful inspection. When you're told something that frightens you, consider the motivation of the source, as it could very well be to control you or to gain power or attention. When the source of fear is from within your own mind, producing self-doubt. Be mindful that we're naturally inclined to mentally fill in gaps of uncertainty with the worst possible scenario. In either case, we must quiet the noise of fear in order to hear what is real and what is true. As truth is amplified, fear is drowned out. Truth is the antidote to lingering and false fear. Seek truth and accuracy as a habit. This provides protection against fear, which might otherwise hold you down, hold you back. So graduates, as you move forward, be bold, not subdued. Be self-assured, not hesitant. And be optimistic, not fearful. Know that clear eyes and a discerning mind are your sword and shield against the adversary of fear. Know that you possess within you those instruments to vanquish fear, so long as you do not allow yourself to be disarmed. Congratulations. You've worked hard to get here. You should be very proud. Know that as we watch you move forward, we do so with great love and admiration. We can't wait to see what's next for each and every one of you. Thank you. Next, please welcome our Board of Education President, Ms. Kathleen Powers-Dolney.
Congratulations, class of 2025, and to your family, friends, guests, and Harvey staff who are here to celebrate you this evening. We are thrilled to honor you and showcase your accomplishments. The first few chapters of your life have already been written by you and your family. Up to this point, your life has been influenced by your family background, the people you have met, the experiences you have had, the decisions you have made. Your experiences at Harvey have been a part of that. You have encountered people who neither look like you nor speak like you. You have learned to focus on our similarities rather than our differences. You have learned that in matters of the heart, we are the same. Now you are about to become the authors of the rest of your life. Your life will highlight who you become and how you would like to be remembered. The next chapters will be determined by the path you choose after tonight's graduation. What is your next chapter? The military, college, a trade school, the world of work. What are your strengths? What are your priorities? As you choose your next path, focus not only on how you want to earn a living, but also on what kind of person you'd like to become. Again, how would you like to be remembered? Don't forget, we are our brother's keeper. We need to speak up for those who have no voice. As you write the next chapters of your lives, remember, life doesn't promise to be easy. There will be moments filled with great joy. Landing that job, meeting that special person, experiencing the birth of your child. Other moments will present challenges, losses, health issues, disappointments. You may stumble, lose your footing, or even fall along the way. As Nelson Mandela said, the greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. As you leave Harvey High School, focus on your goals, believe in yourself, Cherish the memories. Listen to your heart. Live your life with purpose. Focus on what is right, not on what is easy. Be kind and forgiving. In times of doubt, remember there are teachers, counselors, coaches, and other school staff who will always have your back. Congratulations, Red Raiders. We are so very proud of you.
Dr. Engelhardt, could you please join me at the podium, please? Members of the Board of Education, Superintendent, guests, parents, teachers, and friends. The members of Thomas W. Harvey High School class of 2025 have met all the requirements for graduations as prescribed by the State of Ohio and the Board of Education of Painesville City Local Schools, and therefore are duly authorized to receive their diplomas. Dr. Engelhardt, please accept the class of 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Hopkins. I am pleased and proud to accept this slate of graduates for the class.
Graduates, it's time.
Edson Xavier Pacheco. Verónica Pacheco García. Saúl Pacheco Lázaro. Ángel Yandiel Santiago Maldonado. Omar Soto Hernández.
David Darshan Agnew. Firema Danae Aguado Torres. Jaden Wilfredo Aguilar Esparza. Samantha Ángel. Natalia Abigail Aranda. Mindy Armas in absentia. Brian Arredondo. Hayden Alexander Askew. Jaden Evan Everson. Alondra Noemí Ávila. Yesenia Jocelyn Ávila Calderon. Simone Janelle Badley. Julian Russell Baker. Kendall Ray Ball. Esaúl Becerra Méndez. Rihanna Natalia Becerra Negrete. Aaron Solomon Bohannon. Avante Castle Maurice Bolden, in absentia. David James Booth. Taide Boteo Ramirez. Emma Rose Lynn Bowman. Joseph Philip Brooks III, in absentia. Savannah Sky Bruce, in absentia. Spencer James Bruce, in absentia. Michael William Burr. Brandon Cabrera. Jocelyn Camarillo. Jonathan Darius Campbell. Denise Cardenas Torres. Meredith Chantal Chavez Rodriguez. Destiny May Clydesdale. Jesus Colon Jr. Christiana Marie Howland. Jonathan Marcus Kramer. Logan Lawrence Croft. James Alexander Cunningham Angulo.
Matilda Ann Morse Day. Caleb Michael DeBevick. Kevin Uciel de Jesus. Antonio Giovanni Del Santer. Trayvon Daniel Dampert. Joseph Michael D'Alfredi. Colin Joshua Dixon. Ashley Judith Dominguez. Uciel Dominguez Chavez. Prentice Kushan Edwards. Destiny Ann Douglas. Diego Estrada. Gianni Noeli Estrada Martinez. Adriana Estrada Parada. Samira Shea Ferguson. Rodrigo Aarón Flores. Gabriela Ninoshka Franco Collazo. Cameron Jolie Franklin. Jocelyn America Frias Gasca. Ángel Galván López. Noah Leonardo Garcia. Francisco Javier Garcia Pacheco Jr. Guadalupe Garcia Sánchez. Diemori Camerlyn Gardner. Enrique Geraldo Godínez López. Alexander Godínez Rodríguez. Cameron Joseph Godwin. Mariah Rose Gomez. Marlene Esmeralda Gómez Marrero. Lourdes Cristina González. Christian Guerra Moreno. Rayana Marie Guest. Luis Alejandro Hernández. Noé Hernández Gordillo. José Samuel Hernández López. Lilian Guadalupe Hernández Pérez.
Areli Hernández Reyes. Zaira Cristina Hernández Torres. Haley Marie Horner. Giovanni Alberto Porta Martinez. Alan Mauricio Jacinto Alvarado. Francisco Jacinto Banales. Arabella Jean Jackson. Diana Maylee Jackson. Ishmael Isaac Jackson. Larry Jacobs III. Valerie Daira Palomo. Jaylee Isaiah Michael Jefferson. Melody B. D. Jones. Aubrey Jaden Pant. Olivia Darlene Healer. Braylon Andrew Kimbrew. Anaya Regina King. Michael Antonio King Jr. Shayla Grace Koenig. Sorry. Ryan Joseph Poussin. Javier Noe Lázaro Medina. Davian Daniel Lewis. Jamar Maurice Litton. David Llamas. Jimena Llamas Hernández. Amaya Diana Llamas McDonald. Melissa Llamas Pacheco. Ramsés Caleb Longoria Lopez. Aldo Lopez. Eduardo Lopez Paniagua. María Ariana Maldonado Vázquez. Gage Antonio March. Madison Rose March. Justin Gabriel Martinez. Ricardo Mascorro Viruel.
Jacqueline Arlene Mata Hernández. Samantha Mata Martinez. Nerea Marie McLean. Elizabeth Mendoza Pacheco. Trayvon Damian Merriweather. Alexa Belén Miranda Ábalos. John James Molnar. Briasia Monet Mondi. Janelle Marcia Montgomery. Ricardo Gabriel Morelos Becerra. Aiden Michael Moreno. Mariel Estefanía Moreno Torres. In absentia. Levi Samuel Mullen Zerbrug. Joel Alejandro Muñoz Gómez. Karen Núñez Medina. Ayla Madeline Oberstar. Xavier Michael Oberstar. Luis Angelo Ornelas Garcia. Katie Ornelas Miranda. Brian Nicolas Pacheco. Yariel Pacheco Negroni. Nicolas Antonio Pacheco Skidmore. Elizabeth Padilla Valadez. Brian Valencia. Valentín Palomino Ornelas. Yabdianis Marie Paredes Sánchez. Alondra Michelle Parrilla Vizcarrondo. Abigail Patlan. Peyton Arlan Pearson. Noisha Marie Peace in absentia. Jose Manuel Perez Jr. Rochelle Fresia Perez. Eric Martín Pérez Gutiérrez. Victoria Beatriz Muñoz Moreno.
Patricia Paola Pérez Romero. Davida Ann Petrie. Ashley Kimberly Pioquinto Nava in absentia. Helen Xiomara Portillo Montes. Juliana Elizabeth Rael. Damari Marquette Antoine Rainey. Kevin Kevin Guadalupe Ramirez Morales. Dana Juliana Ramirez Rivera. Casey Ramos Mendoza. Jose Guadalupe Brazo Aranda. Mailen Juana Rea Madrigal. Maylene Guadalupe Rea Madrigal. Juan Tobias Emmanuel Rea Robles. David Lavis Reed. James Matthew Reed. Dylan David Rendon. Jennifer Rendon. Reina Mia Reyes. Areli Sarai Reynoso. Andrea Elizabeth Reynoso Pacheco. Dantes Amir Richardson. Alexa Guadalupe Rodriguez. Ángel Joel Rodriguez. Natalie Rodriguez. Areli Rodriguez Cisneros. Ángel Antonio Rodriguez Estrada, in absentia. Christian Rodriguez Flores. Andrés César Rodriguez Reyes. Petra Cassandra Rodriguez Romero. Valeria Montserrat Rodriguez Romero. Luz Mireli Rolón Díaz. Lara Africa Rosa. Jonathan Arturo Sainz Gasca. María Ángela Saldaña Ramírez. Gisli Junuel Santián Ávila. Anthony Ray Shanklin.
Brennan Scott Smith. Demarion Anthony Smith, in absentia. Jaden Joseph Snyder. Jonathan Alejandro Soto. Joel Adrián Soto Ramírez. Antonio Lee Soto Rodríguez. Miriam Jalanelli Soto Ruiz. Samir Christopher Spikes. Edelinda Tavares Bustos. Carlos Uriel Tavares Ruiz. Xavier Michael Tomlin. Abraham Torres. Dreamstar Lavera Torres. Stephen Onel Torres. Hermit Yomar Torres Cruz. Emmanuel Manny Torre. Jessica Trujillo Castaneda. Logan Michael Trunk. Jaden Ahmad Turner. Sean Carter Upshur. Alejandro Manuel Valdez.
Thanks, Mom. Geez, oh. What?
Sean,
Yeah.
that's not the time you got to
Cristal Nicole Vanegas. Miles Alexander Vanek. Amanda Marie Varga. Fabricio Vargas. Omar Vázquez Pérez. Braylon Elijah Vázquez. Javielis Vázquez Bermúdez. Michael Matthew Velardes. Leslie Sarai Veloz. Francisco Giovanni Veloz Sandoval. Skylin Isis Frost White. Isaac Omari Young. Diana Joet Zarate Avina. Aaron Zarate Frausto. Vivian Ilona Ziga in absentia. Destiny Joy Gibson.
At this time, can we have our class representative, Janelle Montgomery, come to lead us in the reciting of the alma mater? Leslie, can you please come back up to the podium? Our class officer, Leslie Velos, please lead the graduating class in the turning of the tassels.
Class of 2025, please join me in changing the tassel from right to left. I can't. Yeah? Yeah.
You're welcome. I present to you the class of 2025. Well, wait, we're going to process out. Please get your hats. Mr. Jones.